Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Geared Perspectives. Today we're going to be talking about the MLG North American Open as well, which ties into the European Open that's going to be brought to you by Gfinity and Am2 Pro in Europe. So shout out to all you guys over there in the UK. Gears of War eSports today announced that they will be doing MLG Columbus for 32 teams in July, which is going to be pretty good. If anyone's been following Gears of War eSports, we've kind of been up in the air recently with if we're going to do a Season 3 for ESL, or if we were going to do something else. Well, something else finally happened. We are going to do essentially an MLG Open bracket, but through an online qualifier. So there is a cap of teams. It's 32 teams. Those who don't know, 32 teams will qualify through the ladder. It starts May 7th and runs for 5 weeks till June 18th. Pretty much the top 30 teams in the ladder are going to get spots based on their points that they've earned from competing. On top of that, there's going to be a last chance qualifier just so that everybody is aware of it. It's going to happen on June 25th. Essentially, it's to seat the last two teams of the 32. First and second place out of the last chance qualifier are going to get invited to essentially buy the private team passes. Team passes are going to be $200, and that sale will happen on June 27th. Now, just base history, we haven't had MLG in Gears of War since 2009. We've had some workings with MLG, but not like an official capacity that MLG is running an event with Gears of War. There was the show match that happened in Gears of War 3 with the Insanes versus the Epic game developers on Trenches. It was a pretty good show match, got everyone's hopes up. Nothing really came of it, just didn't end up being what they wanted on the circuit. Probably a little bit had to do from Epic as well, if you guys know any of the history that's happened between Gears of War and getting on the circuit. There wasn't a lot of focus on esports in the past. So then Gears of War Judgment came around, and I personally talked with Killa KC from MLG. We started working on doing MLG events with GearsCon. Judgment didn't end up being what we wanted. It just didn't work out. And now we're finally going to another MLG event, which I'm really excited about. It'll be very nice to see all these teams. You're probably going to be expecting to see teams like Notorious, Denial, Envious, and Dream Team out at this event. And probably all the other ESL Pro teams like Elevate, E6, Orbit, and I think I'm missing one. You'll probably see everybody competing in this. You'll probably see those at least, I think there's at least 12 to 16 solid teams that are going to be competing in the Open that you pretty much could almost guarantee that they're going to be there. They're gonna be at this event. They're gonna qualify. They'll pay their team passes, and they're gonna travel out to this. I'm more excited to kind of see the unknown talent. There's been a lot of building from the ESL Opens. Everybody's coming out, putting in their effort. I would really like to see those teams come out and compete because it'd be a good thing to do. LAN experience is something that you don't get very often. This will be a best of 3 format up until the semifinals, so you get essentially it's a double elimination execution on the 6 map cycle. So it is best of 3 going into that, which makes sense because 32 teams, if you guys know anything by time, it can take a lot. Some of it can be a 2-0, some of it can go to a 3rd map. We'll see how that works. After the semifinals, it goes to a best of 5, which should be more interesting. There's a lot more strategy and development here. This is a good way if you are getting into Gears of War eSports, you've been playing Ultimate Edition, find a couple guys, try to group up together and compete on the ladder. There's teams that are looking for scrims all the time. You can learn a lot. There's coaches, pro players are always looking to help people out. I'm a caster and an analyst, so if anyone ever needs help, they can always ping me. I'm more than willing to answer any questions or help develop strategies and look at VOD reviews of what your team's doing. So this will be really good. This is going to be a $30,000 prize pool. First place is going to get $16,000. Second place is $8,000. Third is fourth or $4,000, and then fourth is $2,000. So it's a pretty good payout. This is the most that Gears of War has seen in an open LAN environments in a long time. I think the most we got up to in a hype was 10K. I know that my COD Vengeance one, I think hype 2 got like 20K, if I'm remembering right. My COD Vengeance one got up to 12K. So there's been some decent money, but there hasn't been an extreme amount of a big chunk of money that's been up for grabs. So I'm excited to see that. Aside from the development teams, my content's going to be more focusing on esports coming up in the month. Just because the Gears of War beta is over. I'll do a couple more videos on things like the spectator mode and other things like that. But I'm really going to start focusing more on the esports side, talking about teams, their development, how they transitioned, going back and watching some VODs, and doing some player breakdowns and some other things, just for more content on the channel. If you guys are looking to compete, this is the way to do it. If you guys are looking to do casting or analyst kind of work, make content for it. It really does help. Hop in scrims, ask teams to do it. You can actually sit and watch most of them, learn the cameras. It's a good tool. This is a good environment, especially during the summer, for people to learn and get better. We need good casters and analysts still. It's a very small pool. So the more people that we have, the better it is. And I think that I'm always about fostering new talent. It's not just about the same guys over and over again. So it'd be really awesome to see. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be making more video content later because it's my day to do that. And I'll be back later.